at a critical juncture marked by both unprecedented challenges and untapped potential as the country takes the reins of the G20 in 2025. It inherits historic opportunity to elevate the youth perspective onto a global platform. However, the realities on the ground present a sobering view: high unemployment rates, widening inequality, limited access to mental health care, and environmental degradation, mainly affecting young people. South African Youth Council, as a national representative body of all youth formations, submits its expanded strategic blueprint to offer clear, measurable, and evidence-based recommendations to influence policy and implementation in our country. Our intention is not only to participate in national discourse, but to lead the generational transformation rooted in dignity, agency, and equity. Now, let's understand the current landscape which relates to youth unemployment and structural barriers. South Africa continues to face deepening youth unemployment crisis. According to Q1 of 2025 Labour Force Survey, the unemployment rate among young people aged between 15 and 34, as Ntatemolo has already said, is rising, is at 46.1%, while the youth aged 15 to 24 face even more devastating 62.4 unemployment rate, and this does not really look good. Notably, 3.8 million young people are classified as not in education, not in employment, not in training, and thus perpetuating cycles of poverty and exclusion. The problem is more severe in the township areas where structural barriers such as connectivity, transport, access to quality education persist. And here we talk of places like the dusty streets of Mahlatsetsa, Excelsior in the Free State, where I come from. Now let's look at the strategic objectives to reduce by 15% by the year 2030 through targeted sector-specific and structural intervention. One, as an item of action, we say, let's establish a youth employment war room. And the timeline that we are setting is the Q3 of 2025. Thus, you can imagine this is very urgent. And we are saying the lead actors in this role should be the presidency, ourselves as South African Youth Council, and the National Youth Development Agency. And we are saying the estimated resources to can take on this task should be a maximum of 15 million. And the KPI that we put on here is that it should be operational by 2025, October. The second one, we are saying, let's have a labor market readiness campaign. And we are saying, let's start this at the fourth quarter of this year towards the second quarter of 2026. And we are saying, let the SETAs and the Department of Labor take responsibility. We're also saying, because it's nice when you always put figures to these roles, an estimation of 8 million will be needed so that we can reach 200,000 young people. We are also saying, let's have a private-public employment compact by the first quarter of 2026. And we are saying, let BUSA, NEDLEC, and SAIC be responsible for this so that we can reach 100,000 internships. Now, addressing
As you conclude.
Okay.
80 minutes.
Yeah. Addressing the socio-economic web affecting young people, we are saying youth development is essentially tied to social detriments such as nutrition, household income, and mental health. In 2024, approximately 25% of youth lived in households with no employment of any adult in those households. Concurrently, South Africa saw a rise in 15% year on increase of youth-related suicide rates, and with over 70% of surveyed youth indicating moderate to severe mental health. Now, as we conclude, you are killing the voice of young people, Chair. Honestly, this is not impressive. But then we are saying, when we conclude, the strategic submission by the South African Youth Council underscores the imperative for whole of government and whole of society collaboration in placing youth at the center of South Africa's development agenda. We are further saying the institutional reforms and accountability frameworks proposed here today are designed not only to address immediate challenges, but to lay a foundation for a resilient, just and inclusive society where young people take a lead and solve their own problems and are given more time to present their issues. We call on Parliament, the executive, the provincial legislature, the municipalities, business and civil society to adopt this strategic vision that we are going to share, not just as a gesture, but as a generational mandate. And I thank you.